Good morning, people. It is actually Thursday, not Wednesday. I usually bring you my midweek pickups on a Wednesday, but yesterday was like full of distractions, and I just got back in town. So, I'm bringing you the midweek pickup on Thursday because I couldn't leave a week without saying something. But first, before I get into the midweek pickup, I just want to give a shout out to my wife. Gave me a great, incredible birthday. Just completely awesome. Had a good birthday, went to Vegas, got to escape, regular worldly things, and just awesome time. So shout out to my wifey. Great birthday, great Christmas, great anniversary before Christmas. Guess I've been spoiled a little bit in the past month. So shout out to Mrs. India Chambers. I appreciate everything that you did for me. Really do appreciate everything a lot. Really, really do. But as I get into the midweek pickup for this week, I wanted to talk about knowing your position in your friend circle. Now, when I talk about knowing your position in your friend circle, we all know that we have different labels or different groups of friends. We have friends that are like family, and we have friends that we just call family, period. They don't even have the friend label, but they're just family. What I'm talking about is the people that we are with almost on a daily basis, the people that we continuously see, the people that we interact with, either each and every day or each and every other day. Now, there are two labels of friendships that you can have. You can either be the follower in your friend circle or you can be the leader. Now, these labels aren't to diss anybody or anything or, dim light on somebody in the friendship or nothing like that. It's just factual things. When you're a leader friend, your friend circle tends to usually look to you for advice or you inspire them into becoming a better person. That's the definition of the leader friend to me. And that's what I'm trying to get across. Not saying that the follower friend is somebody that's, inadequate or nothing like that, because sometimes, we do need a friend that's going to inspire us to be better. Because if we don't have that in our circle, then we're in a group that we may need to look at again and reevaluate some things. Because if you don't have somebody that's trying to push you to become better, then that's not a true friend, period. But I'll give you an example. I use myself in examples a lot during my midweek pickup. So my example is this. A lot of people have come to, me and my wife and said that, either our relationship is the type of relationship that they want to have, or, they look towards us for inspiration in something that they would want, when they get married. And when I used to hear this at first, I would think to myself, like, man, do they really know what's actually going on or whatever? And I'm not saying that my relationship is bad or nothing like that, or I go through turmoil and everything through my relationship, but every relationship is continuous work, especially when you're married. Marriage is almost like a second job or a third job, depending on how many jobs you have. But it's something that you and your significant other always have to work at. So when I used to get told this, I would have to, look in at myself through their eyes and see what they were saying, see what I portrayed to them to make them want to have something that we have. And it's certain things that I do and conduct myself in ways to where people are always watching you, first off. Always. No matter if you are the leader or the follower. So, especially when you're in a marriage, you have more than one set of eyes on you. So whatever you do and whatever you're doing is always constantly under surveillance. So when you get somebody who says that you are inspiration to them, it's something that you can't take lightly. Because again, we all have to be in a circle where somebody inspires us. Now, when I say the follower, I'm not saying it as in a bad thing or anything like that. I'm not saying, one person is more important than the next, because if we don't have somebody to try and be better than the example that you're being, then you're not really leading a good enough example for somebody to try and follow in your footsteps. It's very important that you keep in mind in your friendships that you are always empowering, motivating the people that you're around. And if you know a certain skill set that your friend may have, you have to push them to become great at that skill set. And that's always what a good leader is supposed to do, is encourage the people that are around them, empower them, and make everybody feel like there's a new level that you can get to. And I'm going to try and help you get there, and I'm going to try and show you the path to get there. When well, probably about a month ago, I had one of my partners come over here, and I was telling them, my schedule or whatever while I'm at work and everything. And to me, the holiday time is very important to me. I like to spend time with my family and everything. And I was telling him my plans or whatever for the future, and I was telling him, like next year I plan to be completely off from work or whatever, and I want to spend as much time with my family as possible. And I was telling them my plans or whatever, and telling them what I wanted to do. And it's funny because he's in an industry where he has to work. Period. Like every day, every holiday, every weekend, he has to work because that's the profession that he's in. So he was like, "Man, you just sound lazy to me." And at first I was like, "Man, you don't know what the hell you're talking about." You know what I'm saying? It was almost a offensive stance that I took. But then I had to remember that certain areas in life that we are in, of course we all have to make ends meet and everything. But at the same time, it's like somebody else is not going to understand where you're trying to go to if they're not trying to go to the same place that you're trying to go to. Your goals are always different, and you may not be able to open their eyes to see what you're trying to do. But when you try and bring them in and let them know your plan or whatever, or something of your plan, because you can never tell anybody your complete plan. But when you try and just give them a taste of it, you're always going to have somebody that's either going to be like, "Oh yeah, I feel everything that you're saying," or you're going to have the negative part. And I'm not saying he was trying to be negative. I'm just saying that his mind mentality only sees him working nonstop, period, all the time. And that's a mentality that I'm trying to get away from. Not saying that I don't want to work, but I want to work smart rather than work hard. So when it comes time to, summertime and holidays and everything, I can spend time with my family because, I deserve that and my family deserves it too. So going back to the friendship thing, when you are trying to achieve a goal and you are the leader friend and the followers are looking on to you to see what your next move is, you have to be very calculated, and you have to know exactly what you are trying to do and know the goals that you're trying to set. So when they get to that point, or if you inspire them to get to the point to where, hey, I want to use my gift to my advantage, I want to make money for myself. I want my money to make money for me versus being capped at a certain place or a certain job. You have to set the path, if you will, so they'll know, hey, when I do this, I seen how he did it. Let me tweak it a little bit so I can do it a little bit better, and then I can be at a better place, and then we can kind of collaborate and put, kind of write down the blueprint. This is the way you did it. I tweaked it like this. I think if you would have did it like this, then we could have went this way with it, or you could have went this way with it, or I could have went this way with it. If you're following what I'm saying, that's what I talk about when I talk about intertwining a leadership friend with a follower friend, because in the long run, you want your whole circle to be leader friends. That's the whole goal. That's the point. Because when you're a leader, you don't want to just lead by yourself and have everybody behind you. You want people to be with you so you can walk together in a line versus walking, in a line that's, like this behind one another. You want to be side by side, so you're going in the same direction, and so you meet that goal at the same time with your friend versus having to either leave somebody behind or have to carry them the whole way, because it's not for us to carry everybody. It's for us to empower one another so we can be at the same level one day, period. But with that being said, I really hope y'all kind of understood that, because I know that sometimes I ramble a little bit and I may go off subject a little bit with my points or whatever, but it does come back to the the set foundation of what I'm talking about and what I'm trying to get across. So, with that being said, who are you? Are you the leader friend or are you the follower friend? And if you are the follower friend, are you striving to step up into that leader position, or do you just want to be carried the whole way? Because everybody can't be carried forever. Your back gets tired. But anyway, with that being said, I will see y'all regular schedule next Wednesday. Always put God first, family second. Everything else will fall into place. And with that being said, everybody have a good day, have a good week, and I will see y'all next week.